I'm holding these crystals because I really like them. They're citron crystals, and they sort of make me feel a little bit grounded and more positive. Hi everyone, my name is Pali and welcome to this channel where we talk about everything related to mind, body and spirit and so much more. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is a part 2 video and it is about how you can create a peaceful life with the 4 agreements, and today we are on the 2nd agreement. Yay! So today's agreement is nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be a victim of needless suffering. I feel like I don't need to say anything more, and that really just speaks for itself, right? But what I'll do is I'll break it down to 2 parts. The first part of this is nothing others do is because of you. What others do and say is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. So what this really means is that you don't have to always be so concerned about what other people think about you, what other people are going to say about you. Sometimes what people say is constructive, but sometimes it's not. Especially when it comes from maybe a place of their own insecurity or their own ego coming up. And we don't always have control over this. I remember when I was working in the university, and my first time I was teaching there, I was linked with another teacher, lecturer, and he was supposed to guide me through the process of teaching and getting started with everything. It was my first time. What happened was that I would often email him and I wouldn't get a reply. So this triggered me because it made me think that, firstly, did I say something wrong? Did I do something that was maybe that he didn't like? I would often get a reply from him like 2 weeks later, etc. So putting those thoughts aside, I decided to move on and try to seek someone else's advice in the university because I had to, as class was starting really soon. And got lots of good feedback, got my questions answered. But just a day before the class started, so this advisor or this supervisor, he responded to me saying, answering all the questions, which was a bit too late at this point in time. And he also gave me some of his slides to use, which I didn't want to use because I wanted to update them. When I replied to his email, I told him that I got all of my questions answered. Thank you so much for your time. And his response was actually really negative. He said, why had I gone out to speak to someone else, etc. So I was a bit taken aback by his reaction. I then asked him quite gently, I said, should I not be doing that, etc., etc., etc. Towards the end of our conversation, he actually said something which made me realize it was nothing to do with me. He said, I actually feel insecure. And I admire him for actually owning up to this. But it made me realize again, nothing that he had done had anything to do with me. So this was a constant reminder to myself that nothing others do is because of you. Nothing other people can think or say has anything to do with you. Often it is a projection of their own conditioning, of their own upbringing, of their history, of their traumas. The second part is when you are immune to the opinion and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. So when you are free of what other people think about you or their judgments that they make, which honestly comes from themselves. So I know when I judge someone else, it's actually something I judge about myself, if that makes any sense. So when you are free from the opinions and actions of others, you really realize nothing others do and say can impact you. And it's almost like it really lifts off this weight off your shoulder, and you're free to do what you want and say what you want, always with kindness. I always say that. And it you're no longer a victim of suffering. You're no longer a victim of drama. You're no longer a victim of these pains that you're going to suffer about what other people said and did, etc. So I think the second agreement is so powerful for creating a peaceful life. I want to hear from you. What do you think? How do you feel about this second agreement, which is about not taking anything personally? Does this resonate with you? How have you applied this in your life? And if you've liked this video, I do want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel to hear more about your mind, body, and spirit. And thank you, of course, for taking the time to be with me here to learn and listen. And always remember to stay safe, be kind, and have a great day. Bye.